Alcaraz stunned the tennis world by becoming the youngest Grand Slam winner since Rafa Nadal in 2005. Carlos Alcaraz, the winner of the US Open, has confessed that he intends to play tennis icon Roger Federer before the 20-time Grand Slam champion retires. So whether he gets the chance or not, we'll have to wait and see. Here's everything we know so far. To begin with, what do we know about Carlos Alcaraz's confession? Carlos Alcaraz, the US Open champion, has confessed that he intends to play his tennis idol, Roger Federer, before the 20-time Grand Slam champion retires. Alcaraz stunned the tennis world by winning the US Open, becoming the youngest Grand Slam winner since Rafa Nadal in 2005. At 19 years and 4 months, the Spaniard became the world's #1 youngest. On the other hand, Alcaraz has expressed worries about his future after winning the US Open. One such dream is to confront one of his tennis idols before retiring. Alcaraz has already admitted that he grew up idolizing Federer and fashioned his game after the Swiss champion. However, the two have never met due to the Spaniard's youth and sudden ascent in the rankings. Federer won his first victory in 2003, the year Alcaraz was born. After winning his first Grand Slam, Alcaraz admitted that he would like to play Federer before the 41-year-old retires. "I'd like to take on Federer and the big three at a Grand Slam," Alcaraz stated upon his return to Spain. Fortunately, Alcaraz may have a chance to face Federer in a future competition. Federer indicated that the Basel Open, his home tournament, will be his return date to tennis after being off the ATP Tour for more than a year. However, given uncertainties about Federer's Laver Cup participation, it remains unclear whether he will be ready to return in time. Moving on, Carlos Alcaraz acknowledges Novak Djokovic's desire. Alcaraz also agreed that the absence of Djokovic may have aided him. The 21-time Grand Slam champion missed the US Open because he could not enter the nation due to his unvaccinated status. And while Alcaraz does not regret his record-breaking achievement, he does regret Djokovic's absence. "Look, I don't want to take credit from myself," Alcaraz said in an interview with the New York Times, "but it's true that Rafa, Djokovic, and Federer were all playing at the time. I had good fortune, or whatever you want to call it, that Djokovic could not play. Everyone has their reasons, but that is the truth. He couldn't play much for a while, and Rafa continued to play, but not all year." Both Djokovic and Nadal congratulated Alcaraz on his historic US Open victory. The 35-year-old Serb showed class by congratulating both Alcaraz and Ruud on a fantastic tournament. "Carlos Alcaraz, congratulations on your first Grand Slam. Outstanding performance," Djokovic penned a piece. Alcaraz is now in Spain, representing his country in the Davis Cup. Following that, Serena will not rule out a Brady-style comeback. Serena Williams may have opted to retire from tennis. Still, she hinted there could be more to her remarkable career when she cited legendary NFL quarterback Tom Brady's brief hiatus from American football. During an appearance on ABC's Good Morning America, the 23-time Grand Slam singles champion said she wouldn't rule out copying Brady's blueprint. "I've just been saying that I think Tom Brady established a pretty wonderful trend," said a beaming Williams, who made a similar remark on NBC's The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon on Tuesday. Brady, who, like Williams, established himself as one of the greatest in his sport, resigned from the NFL in February, but then announced his comeback to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for a 23rd season 6 weeks later. Williams announced her retirement from tennis in a Vogue essay last month, and she attended the Michael Kors fashion presentation in New York on Wednesday. While she did not officially proclaim the US Open as her final event, she was showered with lavish tributes before each match in New York. She waved an emotional goodbye after losing in the third round 11 days ago. Next up, USA defeat Great Britain in Davis Cup. After a hard-fought fight between the second-ranked players, Great Britain's Dan Evans succumbed to the much better Tommy Paul in the first leg. Cameron Norrie had the daunting task of deciding the tie after being drawn against against Taylor Fritz. Norrie recently achieved a career-high position of world number 8 after coming from behind to overcome world number 12 2-6, 7-6, 7-5. Although Murray and Salisbury were defeated in the final, the Scot was grateful that his team had another shot in the new format Davis Cup. The only upside from tonight is that generally, when you lose a Davis Cup doubles match, it may cost you the entire tie or anything, he remarked. However, we certainly have 2 extra matches with the new structure. We must try to focus on the positives from today. From what I saw, I believe everyone performed admirably. Moving on, Lleyton Hewitt is among those who have paid tribute to Roger Federer. Lleyton Hewitt, Australia's Davis Cup captain, who has had some famous bouts with Federer throughout his career, also complimented the 41-year-old on a tremendous job. Reflecting on their time on tour together, Hewitt called the Swiss almost unbeatable and praised the legacy he will leave for tennis. "I suppose he was from my era. We were the same age and went to junior high together," Hewitt explained. "I knew Roger quite well and perhaps perceived him differently than everyone else because we grew up together, but he was the best at the time." Obviously, there are a number of other guys today who are really putting their hand up, but he went clear easily from a Grand Slam perspective, and his win-loss ratio in the mid-2000s era, he was practically untouchable. On the clay, it was pretty much only Rafa Nadal who could get him, but most importantly, he's been an excellent spokesperson for our sport. I've always said you don't want to take such guys out too soon. Everyone wants to discuss retirement. When will they be able to retire? You want to keep those greats. They've accomplished so much for our sport, but obviously the body, when you reach my and his age, it's not easy. He's accomplished everything in sports that you could imagine. Roger Federer's retirement is a heartbreaking loss for tennis. Another player to pay respect to Roger Federer was France's Richard Gasquet. "It's a great shock. He's a game icon," Gasquet added. "It's not easy for anyone, and I'm sure it'll be a major deal in the Laver Cup. I'm sure it'll be lovely there. It's a tough loss for tennis. It will be different after that. It's still tennis, but it won't be the same without Federer. I was up 1-0 versus him head-to-head. I won in Monte Carlo, but then I lost maybe 20 times. Of course, I'm not the only one who thought it was fantastic when I finally met him. Everyone knows he's a game legend. The skill, the charisma, everything was insane. There is only one Roger Federer." Federer finishes his incredible career 3rd all-time in men's Grand Slam titles, behind Nadal, 22, and Novak Djokovic, 21. The Swiss maestro finished 5 seasons ranked number 1 and helped create a golden age of men's tennis as part of the Big Four, alongside Nadal, Djokovic, and Andy Murray. He exits with 103 tour-level titles and 1,251 singles wins, both second only to Jimmy Connors in the Open era, which began in 1968. Federer's remarkable career encompasses 20 Grand Slam wins, including a record 8 Wimbledon and more than $130 million US, 194 million Australian dollars in prize money alone, all propelled by a rare grace, laser precision, and a distinctive one-handed backhand. Finally, Ymer brothers give Sweden Davis Cup upset. The Ymer brothers continue to carry the Swedish team's aspirations as they compete in the Davis Cup finals. Elias and Michael Ymer got off to a terrific start, leading their country to a 2-0 triumph over Argentina in the first group stage encounter on Tuesday. Last year, the combination inspired the Swedes to an unexpected run to the quarterfinals. Elias Ymer, ranked 119th in the world, defeated Sebastian Baez with a score of 6-4, 3-6, 7-6, 7-4, while his younger brother Michael Ymer, ranked number 98, defeated number 17 Diego Schwartzman with a score of 6-2, 6-2 in the Group A matches in Bologna. Maximo Gonzalez and Horacio Zeballos 3-6, 6-3, 6-2 victory over Andre Goranson, and Elias Ymer in the doubles round was Argentina's only point in this match. "I'm extremely happy," Elias Ymer said, "since we weren't the favorites in this group with teams like Argentina, Croatia, and Italy. This triumph is worth twice as much." Despite having the lowest overall ranking, Sweden's top-ranked players, the Ymer brothers, were important in the country's success in the competition a year earlier. Before the single-site quarterfinals, which will be hosted in the southern Spanish city of Malaga in November, 3 additional cities in Spain, Germany, and Scotland will host group stage matches. Valencia, Spain, Hamburg, Germany, and Glasgow, Scotland are the places. Well, that marks the end of our video for today. We hope you enjoyed it. On your way out, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.